each look the gift, the house across the road looks abandoned, but little Rosie knows that someone lives there, and due to her acts of kindness, a surprising friendship blossoms between Rosie and Mrs. Green, the neighbour, as they grieve and grow together. The author Michael Speechley uses a range of language and visual design features to convey meaning and evoke readers' emotions. The reader is provided insight into Rosie's life through flashbacks, a powerful literary feature. The illustrations are framed from an equal viewing angles to provide a sense of closeness between the reader and characters, and repeated soft rounded circle shapes create consistency and balance. However, the bottom image is visually salient, as the memory of gardening with her mother is most outstanding to Rosie. Bright colours create a relaxed and happy atmosphere, and the close shot of the focal memory highlights intimacy between Rosie and her mother, as there is close proximity and an intent gaze and vector between the two characters. Such visual design features are complemented with the figurative language feature alliteration, such as silly songs and crazy creations, providing an upbeat tone. These design features are subsequently juxtaposed when Rosie imagines what her mystery neighbour might be like. Although the same circle shapes as before are repeated, a completely different mood is conveyed due to the contrast in colour and line. The monochromatic dark tones and harsh straight lines create uneasiness in the viewer, whilst the jagged text foreshadows what unfortunate interactions might happen next. However, Mrs. Green is quite the opposite of what Rosie was initially imagining. The reader is also provided with different views of the neighbour's house throughout. The first image is a visually salient, lonely house, due to the dark colours, sharp lines, and overgrown prickly garden, demonstrating a harsh texture. A thoughtful long shot subsequently highlights isolation and separation between Mrs. Green and Rosie, which is also emphasized by the contrasting monochromatic and complementary colours, and the use of imagery such as she struggled through the overgrown garden and finally crept up the wonky step, to symbolize the effect of Rosie's kind acts of removing a weed from her neighbour's gardens each day, placing it on her doorstep and replacing it with one of her mother's beautiful flowers. Some analogous colour is incorporated into the illustration of the neighbour's house, softening the mood. After a year passes, Mrs. Green's garden is inundated with bright flowers, which are symmetrically salient across the pages and incorporate soft textures and curved lines, emphasizing tranquility. Such is supported by the language feature of personification. As another year flew by and the first sounds of spring filled the air, Rosie's gift continued to grow. Such blossoming flowers and the family of birds featured at the end ultimately symbolizes new life and new beginnings for both Mrs. Green and Rosie.